contract and make me some money, or the hoeing contract and make me some money. Doing that kind of offsets the worker costs. I'm doing a job, the workers are doing jobs, almost full, and then one of the workers is bringing some income, so we can pay the workers to do the jobs. I mean, I've got 106,000, but there's my little farm. There's my truck. There's that truck. How are we doing? This thing is fine. So we'll head out to the field, which unfortunately we have to go via the county road. There's no direct access from our farm to this field here. Looks like a slightly more level approach. Whoa, or not. Appearances are deceiving. And okay, so 2 loads from the harvester fit in the truck, in the cart. So you can stop there. While it's doing that, let's have a look at our Chrome Comprima 80 horsepower. So, okay, our little tractor can do the baling. So what I might do is once the mower has finished, we'll just bale this field up with the little tractor and send. I've lost my tab. There it is. Yeah, and then I can just send the on. Do that. Send the John Deere out to make some money for us. John Deere is the biggest tractor we've got, so it can haul any of our equipment. We can do cultivating jobs if there are some, or just all the jobs. If I wanted to reserve the John Deere for haulage, because that grain cart can get a little bit heavy, I could not do cultivating with the case, but I can do the weeding stuff and some planting. Not that it's planting time right now. It might be, actually. Wheat, barley, yellow flowery things. The darn sunflowers. Yeah, whatever they are. I think also I should check if there's any food left in the mixer. I should empty that into the cow shed, but I do need to mix up another load sometime. I have not really looked at animal food mixers. Blah, 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 blah. Too far. Forage mixers. See, I think we've got that one, which is 24. That one is much bigger, needs a much bigger thing to run it. Or you could get the self-propelled ones. Self-propelled ones are really no use to me because I don't do anything in a silage thing. clamp. So there's absolutely 0 point in me even considering a self-propelled. I've done it in the past where I can, you can suck up the silage from a silage clamp with that, and you can get a hay loft as well, so you can tip the hay into the back of the truck or into the back of the self-propelled truck. And it works quite nicely. You don't have to reserve, I need a tractor to do all the animal feed stuff. If I could get myself a telehandler and a sort of 200-ish horsepower tractor, I could go for the bigger feed mixer. I would not need the farm all at all. Well, I could keep it around just to harvest or just to run things like mowers and what have you. Actually, this week, mods, there was my favourite small tractor, the Massey Ferguson 5S, was released on the Mod Hub this week. It has been my go-to small yard tractor since Farm Sim 17. So, been a while. I did switch it out for the Valtra. I liked the Valtra A, although it's a little underpowered. I think it's about the same as a Massey 5S, or at least the small engine Massey 5S. The problem is it doesn't have a front linkage, so you can't do things like a spray with a front tank and a rear tank. Not an option on a Valtra A. The Valtra G is pretty much a match for the Massey, because it has the big 145 horsepower, that sort of thing. I'm going to put that back on cruise control. I'm going to jump up to small tractors. I don't think we got the Massey 5 this year. Oh, no. No, 5700S. We did not get the 5S. No. We also don't have the New Holland T6, so that came out this week as well. There is now a New Holland T6 available on the Mod Hub. But this farm, I think I'm probably going to stick around Case IH and John Deere for the most part. Obviously, equipment is whatever equipment's available that actually works for the farm. Because sometimes you just need to do a thing with stuff. Yeah, it's not like there's sort of a preponderance. John Deere tractors is a thing. John Deere plows and seeders and what have you, you're kind of limited to one, and if it's too big or too small, then you need something alternate. So, I mean, what we look at is go to seeders. All these are too small. That's 5 meter. That's 6, 6, 6, 8. 8's getting there. 9 is good. I think that's 12. That's 12. That's 15. That's 9. So yeah, sort of 9 or up is where I want to be. We've got this one came with the farm. That looks like it's a European planter, but I don't have an option. It's a 9-meter cedar. And when I look at the rest of them, if we go back there and look at the rest of them, Novag, never heard of it. Lemkin, Horsch, I think Amazon is US, but again, this is 16-meter. It's very big and very expensive. And all the 9-meter ones, for the most part, are European. So I have to use a European one, even if I'm an American farm. I kind of don't mind it, though. The equipment allows me to do what I need to be able to do. And there probably is a US manufacturer's equivalent of that. They're just not in the game. They may be in the mod hub for all I know. I haven't necessarily checked that deeply into what's on the mod hub these days. Looks like the mowing's nearly done. Dear, you better run. Went shopping Thursday night, came home. We went to Sam's, which is a big box store, membership store like Costco. And so pretty much everything we buy from there goes in the basement, either as the sort of the cool pantry storage or free overflow freezers. And so we drove around the back of the house, and there were about half a dozen deer sleeping or resting in the backyard. A complete nonchalance. They looked up, oh, it's a vehicle. Carried on sitting there. Pulled up, turned around, looked over. They're still just sitting there looking. Got out. They stood up and just stood there looking. So just didn't have a care in the world. Then Mrs. Osa spotted one off to behind the garage. But there's a low wall because the land on that side is not basement level. So there's a retaining wall there that holds the dirt up, and this head suddenly popped up over the wall, sort of, oh, what's going on here? Not sleeping with his friends. Well, maybe they're not his friends. But that was that. Whiffle. So, actually, go to the top end of the field. So this field, I think, I don't have to bring the truck over until we're done. This will take 2 loads from the harvester, and the rest of this field, not really. I should have done. There we go. If I push the shift button, all of the bits of equipment do the thing. So I'll get this back to the yard. We'll drop off the mowers again and try not to drive through the corn. because I have been known to do that. We'll wash up the mowers. I don't need them again till next spring. And then I think we'll go grab the hoe and pull up that contract. Well, we'll have a look. Actually, I may do a hoeing contract. I may do a cultivating contract. I think they both pay well. But the nice thing about the hoe and the cultivator is they do have big working widths, so the jobs don't take long. Ploughing contracts pay tons. But like I said, it took me 5 hours to do a $60,000 contract during last week. I do not wish to be in the washing thing. I wish to be in the tractor. Okay. All right, that's there. Rear mower. Select. Pop. I think these mowers are European as well. Now I could, I believe, switch them out for. Nope. Oh, the Vermeer is a US. Not sure about that one. I think there are some John Deere mowers that I could avail myself of. But, don't really. Again, I don't have to. I don't demand US equipment generally when I'm playing. It would be nice if there was some. There isn't. Sometimes there is. I mean, we've lost the class mowers, haven't we? Yeah, we've still got the kern mowers, but we don't have the class mowers. This one. See, that's less than that. What's that? 3.1, 3.4 for 0.4? That's a lower horsepower. I could. It doesn't have the windrower on the rear, but this is cheap 120. I could run that on a 200 horsepower tractor, but I would have to have a windrower, which I do. Actually, I do have a windrower. The reason I have the windrower is because when I want to make hay, I have to do the hay thing first. Okay, we have a lot of ploughing, a lot of spraying, mowing. Oh, we have mowing. We have a hoeing contract. Was there a more valuable one? And cultivating. So that one's cultivating 25. And 16 is next door, wants hoeing. Okay, I'm going to grab these now. Honestly, can't remember if there was a bigger one. Accept contract, yes. There is also, I noticed, see, that one's not bad either. We could just do hoeing contracts and just do all of them. Okay, let's do that. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Do the hoeing contracts first, which does involve driving up to the top of the map. That's fine. Okay, ho ho ho. Do have, I think we've got enough diesel to run around the map once, and then once we've done all the hoeing contracts, we'll come back, grab the cultivator and do the cultivating contract. These will bring in, what, they're about 10, 15,000 each, so over 30,000. So we'll have a nice amount of money in the kitty. Not significant. Not that let's go out and buy myself a tractor. That said, I did choose to miss out on, what was it? The Agco Alice. It's one of those with double wheels and I think 180 horsepower engine, which is not the biggest, but it's also not the smallest. But again, I don't need, it's not an absolute, or I have to have three tractors. It's nice that I've got them. And they do have a nice range of horsepower, so I can do different tractors doing different things. I could be doing this job with the case, but the only free tractor I have is the John Deere. But the case isn't as capable at hauling a heavy grain cart as this thing is. That's not a problem. No train, so that's good. Yeah, the map update fixes that dodgy bridge back there. Among other things. And go. Okay, which field has the weed problem? No, one of them along the top here does. Just not sure. It's this one just in front of us. Let's slow down. Oh, who knows? 16 is a hoeing contract, okay. Would appear to be the field I want to do. So, looks a bit like the same young lady who did the last one. Did the mowing. So that's good. And it starts in the middle and then does the headlands at the end. That's fine. Now the problem here is there are no visible weeds. So were I to do this manually, I would have no clue about where I've been and where I need to go. Okay, you're done. So hold that. Turn on that. Turn on that and go. As I said, well, I will finish off this field. We'll relocate to the other field, then we'll go grab the farmer and start baling up that grass and wrapping it for silage. So should be getting the locomotive I ordered back in June should be delivered to the UK this week. It does have a little bit of work to be done on it to personalize it, and then it will send it to me. This is probably going to be one of the last things I order from the UK for quite some time. So I might add a couple of other bits and pieces onto the order. Kind of looking at 4 flatbed steel cars, because that would have been transported on the through the area that I model. It wouldn't stop. It would just be travelling from the steel mills in South Wales to the shipyards in Liverpool or wherever. But, yeah, having a train of steel, and you can take the steel bars off and put wood logs on it, but they're a kit, so I would have to assemble them and paint them, which is fine. And but being a kit does make them cheaper than ready to run stuff. Missed him. And now for the last bit. So, field 1 of soybeans done. Let's I think we'll drop the header off. Oops. Drive through the ditch, bonk the header on the ground. Not a good plan, guys. There we go. Fortunately, it beams back into place, so that's good. Alrighty, we do that. We'll put that out and go find the truck.